Rolling. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is the Thursday morning Breakfast Club chat. And our subject today is nothing changes until you decide. You've no longer available for the life you've outgrown. Now, isn't that something? You're no longer available for the life you've outgrown. Now, just think about that for a minute. Like, when you're doing something or you're learning, and it goes for anything like, a hobby, job, business, doesn't matter. When you get that feeling of boredom, or, oh, this again, here is another same day, here we go again. Well, that's just a sign that you need to do something differently. And it doesn't mean you need to change your whole job or your whole life. It just means you need to do something different. Find something that lights you up again. So that's what we're talking about today is, recognize when you're feeling that and doing something about it instead of just doing the same thing every day and complaining about it because we like to complain, right? So, who would like to add to this discussion, ladies? Go ahead, Pam.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. And what a wonderful topic you have here this morning, Krista. My mind is going way back. Because you know what? From the time you're only just a toddler until when you're learning new things, things are changing. And I know when I was little, we played in the beach. Then you got a few years older, and that was old thing. Then you didn't do that, so you had to change and go on to new things. So then you became an adolescent, and you did different things. So what you did earlier, that was old, so you needed to change because you were growing.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened all through the different stages in life. The stages in life is spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fall in my area, autumn for a lot of people, but this is Newfoundland. And I'm in the winter season now, so I've learned and grown a lot through my years. But
Mm-hmm.
through the years, I have went through different things because people say they have hobbies. My mom used to sew with the sewing machine. She taught me how to sew. I learned how to do that. I made curtains. I didn't make any clothing, I don't think. Might have made a skirt with a piece of elastic around it. But anyway, I learned how to use the sewing machine. When I got to know that, I threw it down. That didn't interest me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me how to knit. I did crafts. I did not have any interest in playing cards because that wasn't for me anyway. But it's like anything else. When you go into the workforce, the first job that I ever had was a waitress. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to learn how to do things in that field. And throwing down what I learned in school, because when you go to school, everything they say is you got to go on to university or college and get a good education and get a good job because that's how life is.
Mm-hmm.
Get a family. That's not always how it works. You go in and you do what you have to do in order to get where you want to be. And you always got to have a goal in your mind because I always wanted to be a secretary for a large corporation. They dressed good. They had a 9 to 5. I thought that was wonderful. But you know what? That got old too. And when I went to work in a retail store, I got to be a bookkeeper, which was good. It was a step up in my pay grade from a waitress. Waitressing got to be old. So I grew from that. Years went on, I went into different fields. Then one day I found an online space to work in. Well, I was thinking, well, this is a step up. And I'm not going to change if I don't learn. So just to be open and learn each year, each season of your life is an amazing thing. Because if you don't grow, you're stagnant. You don't learn. So change is, you have to change. In order to live life, you need to change. And I love my changes in life and I love where I am today. So each season of your life, you're into something new, or I was, and I enjoyed every station. Thank you,
Mhm.
Krista.
Thank you, Pam. Yeah, you made some really great points. I love the
Mhm.
way you started out talking as a child, and when we're kids, we do those changes just naturally. We get bored of something,
Yep.
and we go on to something else. Well, this puzzle's
Mhm.
boring, so I'm going to go do this, and because you know how to do that already, so you're going to go on to something else. And then we get older, and we let fear set in. We feel that feeling of boredom, and we just feel we have to settle. And we just stay where we are because the next thing, goodness knows what's going to happen in that. I'm not going to be able to provide for my family. I'm not going to be able to learn what to do. All this fear sets in. We didn't think about those things when we were kids. We just
Mhm.
wanted to try something new, so we did it. So we have to get back to that place when we're an adult. If we have that feeling of trying something new, just do it. Just do it and go for it. That's my advice. Okay, who's next? Okay, Elena.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. It's such a great topic. And Pam, you've covered quite a bit. Excuse me. But, with that, and like you said, Krista, is that, just do it. It's kind of
Right.
like a slogan, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I guess there comes a point where, like, from childhood, we've done so many changes, and like from whatever we've done from a child all the way to adulthood, and in our stages of life as well. You come and you say, back then you would ask yourself, can I do this? But now we say, what happens if I don't? That's the question,
Mhm.
right? Because we've tried everything else, and now with the technology, the way it's changing, it's us that need to change and do it, right? So, like you said, just do it.
Yeah. Don't listen to the fears that pop up because
Yeah.
that comes from the outside, right? Comes from the outside influences. It doesn't come from inside because your inside knows. If you just get quiet, for a few minutes or whatever, your intuition will tell you. It'll say, this is where you're supposed to go. Your fear still might come up, but you'll know to walk past that fear, right?
Hmm. Just use that 3-2-1 method, and it's already gone. If your goes away.
Now explain that 3-2-1 method, Elena, for our viewers.
Oh, okay. So that's like you mentioned about fear, right? That little guy creeps up on your shoulder somewhere ever so often, and
The
it's like,
inner saboteur.
Yeah.
and it's that question, can I do it? And then you start thinking about it, and that fear gets in. So all you do is just think about it. Just count backwards. 3-2-1, snap out of it.
Hmm.
Did it work?
Do it anyway. Yeah, do it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and do it anyways.
And you
That's
do it
right.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Elena. That was great.
Thank
All
you.
right, who's next?
I can go next. I love good morning, everyone. Sorry. I love the topic too. When I read the topic, my whole career life flashed in my head. Yeah, and it was quick, but I mean that's 37 years, right? And then when you said, Elena, what happens if I don't? And that stirred me as well, right? So for me, I was a stay-at-home mom for about 7 years, and then went to work. So I was lucky to be able to start my career as a personal support worker in a nursing home, and did that for 13 years. And yeah, that got boring. I loved the job, but it got boring. So then I thought I would move up. I asked myself, what happens if I don't move? I'll stay bored for the rest of my life. So then I decided maybe the hospital would have some opportunities for me. And so, yes, I decided to, step out of my sandbox and step into a bigger sandbox. And there at that hospital, I was able to I only had worked 4 days a week, so I was when they had needs in other departments, I would I would apply and I could start in. I did housekeeping, I did kitchen, I did, and then finally, and that was to fill the rest of my hours, and it was very easy to do. Those things were not complicated, but I still had to make that decision to apply and to learn their schedule there. And
Absolutely.
then and then they needed someone to clean surgical instruments. So I took my course during the summertime, right? Wrote my exam in September and started working in the Central Sterilization Center. Again, I had a lot to learn. You got to learn all the instruments and whatnot, and what to put on which tray and whatnot. Yeah, it stretches you, right? It makes you step into a different box. I've always loved learning, so it's that's a bonus too. But again, at that point, what happens if I don't keep moving? So not to say that that wasn't a good job. I loved it again, but I also had a dream to take some seniors home with me. So that's what I did. I stretched myself again, and I wrote a business plan, and then built a retirement home where I looked after seniors in my home. And that was a dream come true, but I did not expect that the government would change so many rules, and and that employees would be so hard to find. So so there again, I thought to myself, well, you know what? What happens if I don't change now, right? I mean, there sometimes you're kind of forced to change, and that was definitely a place where I was forced to change. So, and then I found this business, and the fact that it's so portable, it's so flexible. You work on your own time. It's just it just served me so well. And
Mhm.
again, what happens if I didn't stretch and step out of that other sandbox into a bigger sandbox? And
Mhm.
now we work around the world, right? So we would work
Yeah.
globally. So um, I'm not going to say what's next, because I don't foresee anything that's going to be what next, because there's so much growth to happen here that I just look forward to it, right? Every day is growth, and possibilities are just endless. So yeah, so thank you for giving me an overview of, yeah, I guess I did do a lot of things.
Yeah.
um, it's just
Yeah.
you
That's
stay where
great.
you are. It's not.
Yeah. That's great, Jose. And you made some really great points. And change is not always comfortable, right? So we have to be okay, or comfortable feeling uncomfortable, they say. So
Mhm.
because you're always going to feel uncomfortable at first because it's new, right? And it's just a matter of how you look at it,
Yeah.
and you're willing to walk past that uncomfortableness to get comfortable, and then
Hmm.
feel the boredom, be prepared to be uncomfortable again. So that's just life, it's going ebbs and flows, up and down. So I just wanted to say good morning to Rentos, Rafi, and Shane, who are watching this morning. Shane says hello from Australia, ladies.
Good
Hello.
morning.
So
Hello.
yeah,
It's
so
good
good morning.
evening there, I guess.
Yeah, it would be evening there, I think. Yeah, and then Sarah says hello as well. Good morning,
Good
or
morning.
wherever. Yeah. Okay, Tina, you're the last but not least for sure. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, this is a great topic. I remember when you suggested this for today, I started like just jotting things down. Hi, everybody, first of all.
Yeah.
um, and just the possibilities that could cover off so many people's viewpoint on this, right? Like just so many things kept flooding my mind. But it all came down to societal pressure. Like Pam was talking about being a kid. You have no abandon. You're just doing your thing, having fun, trying
Exactly.
everything until you find something that is yours, right?
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, society, you don't even realize that it's happening. Society's like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, 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 no. And then you realize at some point in your life,
I am not available anymore for somebody else's version of success. I'm just
Yeah.
not. This is my life. I'm going to live it the way I want. And like people
Exactly.
think change happens when your circumstances change, but it begins when you change your standards. And that's kind of where we all came together in this business and realized that
Hmm.
there is more and there is things that I can do to change that for my life and the life of my family and whatever it is I want to achieve, right?
Mhm.
You also become available for the self-doubt, like I said earlier, the inner saboteur. I mean, it's tough. I don't know about you guys, it's tough to keep that voice at bay, right?
Hmm.
And then, waiting to go, see, do, be, whatever. And I'm done. I'm done waiting. I'm going to go and see and do. And I'm
Exactly.
not going to fade anymore to make others comfortable. I am who I am. And like Krista says, and who I am is just fine.
Yeah. And
And I'm done putting my dreams at the bottom of the list. I don't know about you all, but I got a bucket list. I got to achieve that.
yeah, yeah. I was just going to add, yeah, why build somebody else's dreams when you can build your own, right? You can
Exactly,
go after your
exactly.
own dreams.
That's
Yeah.
right. And that's when you
It's,
realize you have to reclaim that and
yeah.
then and just let go of that version that's expired now
Hmm.
and move on and carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tina. So, for our viewers out there, all of us are online business owners, and none of us had any experience when we started. So, it was a brand new thing for all of us. We're all from different backgrounds and different places in the country in Canada. We're all Canadian here, but we do have a global community. And yeah, so all five of us didn't have any experience. But because of the training we have, we were able to follow it and build our business. And the support in our community, that helped us as well. And the business tools. We didn't have to set up the business tools, that was all done for us. So if you're looking for something to stretch or grow, or you're feeling a little bored and you need a change, reach out to the person that you're watching and they will send you the first step to look into if working online is for you. And that's where it starts. It starts at investigating. So take care, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
You don't know